Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Kim, Dr. Kim Gordon with Dr. Kim Answers. I am your health equity coach and partner in overcoming burnout. Today was a little bit of a challenge, so we're going to do this in 3 minutes because I made a promise to myself that for 12 weeks, and we're on week 5 beginning tomorrow. For 12 weeks, I will share emails to this community regarding things that's going to really elevate your leadership skills. Okay. And I promised that in addition to that, that I would go Facebook Live. So I want to talk to you today about the power of your voice and how that voice actually shapes your reality. Now, it may not be news to you that there is power in the tongue. I mean, if you are a Christian or any faith believer, you recognize that there is so much power in what you say and how you communicate to others. But I think sometimes we forget that there is also power in how we communicate to ourselves. So I want you guys to pause for a second. And I want you to really notice the words that come out of your mouth when you speak to yourself. Not necessarily what you say to others, but what you secretly think. And then notice how many times what you're secretly thinking actually comes out into the world. Because remember, no one's going to punish you for what you're thinking. Right? And you won't even get in trouble necessarily for what you think as long as you control it and manage it. But you may get into some trouble if you say everything you think, right? Because remember, words have power. So let's think about phrases you may use often. I'll try to. Have you ever used that? I hope I can. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but I should, right? These aren't just words. They are architects of your experience. They're creating a neural pathway in your brain and also patterns in your life. And I am a person who have become more aware of the patterns that I created in my life at a very young age, adolescence really. So when you say things like I'll try, your brain is going to register uncertainty, right? And then uncertainty can be a part of how you show up. When you apologize, for instance, before sharing an idea, your nervous system encodes this that your voice doesn't fully belong in the room, right? And I do that a lot. I don't know if you guys do that. I apologize. I know I'm a brilliant kind of mind. And so I suspect whenever I go into a room that someone's going to be intimidated by my voice. And so oftentimes I'm actually covering up a lot of my brilliance by apologizing just to make people feel comfortable. But that also leads to its own challenges, right? And I see this a lot in brilliant women who unconsciously use languages that minimize their power. Not because they lack confidence, because I don't think I lack confidence, but because I've adapted, and you guys may have too, adapted to environments that weren't always designed for you to fully express yourself, right? So one of the leaders of the Empower Connection Circle that I talked to noticed that she used qualifiers also in phrases like, I'm not sure if this makes sense, but before sharing her most innovative ideas. And when she did that, when she noticed that actually, she began to speak more directly. And I want you guys to practice speaking more directly without the qualifiers. Her team and the team that she's working with is implementing these ideas in her organization to really improve the organization. So when her direct communication without the qualifiers, she's finding that people are more productive, and they're also having higher level conversations, right? We want to take the elephants out of the room as much as possible, and that also includes the elephants that we bring to the room. The most profound shift that I think you will discover when you begin to use your voice with power is that you feel physically different. You feel more grounded, you feel more secure, you feel more energized, you feel more present. And that's what's important more than anything, to feel more present. And I want to also stress that when you feel more present, people also feel more comfortable with you. I want to invite you to try something differently this week, right? Just something simple. Notice one phrase you regularly use that might be diminishing your impact. Maybe it's an unnecessary apology, a qualifier before you speak, or a way you talk about your dreams in conditional language, right? So, for instance, today when I was picking up my kids from daycare, one of the things that's really been important to me is to get back in shape. But instead of saying that, I'm working on getting back in shape, because I felt a little bit uncomfortable, I'm like pushing the stroller and trying to close it and lift it up and lift the two babies. I said something like, "Gosh, I'm so out of shape. I'm so out of shape." And it's interesting that the daycare owner said, "Don't say you're out of shape. Say I'm getting back in shape." Because I'm noticing that you're using this language that negatively describes your experience. And I just was like, wow, I'm about to go on Facebook Live and have this conversation with people. And I need to do this myself. So oftentimes you need an accountability person. Someone's going to remind you to make you aware of this. And I want you guys to experiment more speaking more directly, not in an aggressive way, not in a confrontational way, but in a way that honors the power of your voice. Your words, remember, are creating your future, and they are reinforcing old patterns or inviting new powers into your life. I had to say that. It's inviting something new. So I love to hear your comments. I love the emails that I'm receiving from folks regarding these important topics. Please share what phrases you've noticed about yourself that you're using that might be shaping your reality via email or in the Facebook group. And let's help each other advance the conversation around our power. And if you're curious about diving deeper into the topics, just know that we're jumping on the Empower Connection Circles every Monday. We're opening up the door for new members. Drop this comment in the chat or say, my voice matters. I want to join. Whatever works for you. I want to thank you guys for being here today. And I need to jump onto the Empower Connection Circle because I'm actually running late. But again, we're here. Thanks again. And I'll see you guys next week, same time.